Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, in between this episode and the last, I went ahead and cleared up all the stuff up here. I got everything worked out. I fixed the area over here so that they shouldn't be digging through this area anymore. I also went ahead and put on their armor, which we had made, the Mithril breastplates. So you can see right there, we went ahead and put that on. Everybody got a little bit of an upgrade because the people who had... I went ahead and gave all the Mithril to the guys with the swords and the hammers because they're up in the front and they're going to get it hit the most. Everybody else got an upgrade because they usually already had the best armor, and so it kind of just got passed down. As you can kind of see here, everybody's coming along, their skills are going up, and they're becoming a little bit more uber. This guy's all in irons, or steel actually, which is kind of funny to see somebody still at that stage of the game. As you can see over here, we finally got all our stuff done. I think what we're going to go ahead and do is actually make some boots, because most of our guys need that, as I was showing you right there. So we're going to make 6 of those really quick, or maybe not really quick, but we're going to make them. And once my guys are completely full, as you can see, there's still 2 more dwarves sleeping it off. We're going to go downstairs and we're going to attack that guardian. Now you can see over here, I did have to make a little bit more food, so that's what they're doing, is they're kind of just sitting over here doing that. This should have finished, but it has not yet. So let's go ahead and finish that up and see if we can put the last one down. There we go. So when they come down here to work, yeah, it should be nice. There's a few people with the skill as well, so we don't have to worry. Actually, we're not gonna put it right there. We don't have to worry that somebody isn't going to be a dedicated smith anymore, because we have, I think, at least 3 people with that skill. So even if there's a lot of tasks for food or building, because they have the skill in it, they will choose this task first, is the way I understand it. And pretty much from the way I've seen the game work, that tends to be the case. The only time, as you can see right here, that they will stop doing that is if they're invaded by enemies. I have no clue where those guys came from. There shouldn't have been anybody in here. There might have been a few, I guess, left over from the last fight that have just been hiding somewhere that I just did not see. But, man, I doubt it, because I went everywhere in here, and I didn't see anybody there. Also, something I wanted to show you guys real quick, and we may come up here and get it while we have the chance, but I don't really want to waste the power, is these little puddles. We need more water to make some potions, some health potions, is what I was going to try to make in between this video, and we didn't have any more water. But I went ahead and dug these things out on one of the earlier playthroughs, and now they're completely filled up. So this is a good technique. You don't want to go too big, because a small rainstorm won't fill it up and it's just going to disappear. If you go just one space, it may not look very cool. You may not get a whole lot out of it, but at least you'll still get something, and you don't always have to come up here the moment it rains, and hopefully you catch it in time. So I think I'm going to do that with the other ones as well. There's this one right here that seems to fill up pretty well. So 2 might be a viable solution in some places, but I wouldn't go any further than that. But this one down here, I don't need to do it in, because the island above is always going to block it. So you could technically build an island up here to funnel your water down into some source and then not have to worry about it anymore. But I haven't done that yet. And I probably at some point will do that just for the fun of it, just to see how it works. But it's going to be towards the end of the game, and I won't need it anymore by the time I get to that point, because that is a huge, huge undertaking. That's going to take a long, long time. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is where they're at. So let's go ahead and put a portal down here. I'm going to go ahead and put, you know, some lights so that it's at least, you know, nice and bright down here for my guys when they're fighting, because there's not going to be any light in here. There's only the light that they take in. So there's going to be plenty of people over here. Let's go ahead and chop this down, guys. Now, I could have put the torch on the inside, or not the torch, but the portal on the inside, but I find that not to be a good idea. You know, if your guys get into trouble, they may not be able to get away from that portal to be able to zone back. And I like to have them where they can actually leave the area. See, now all my guys aren't here, so they're not all able to help out. And I'm taking a few more hits than I normally will, although we're still wrecking this dude. Look at him, he's almost dead. And I haven't lost anybody. I probably just jinxed myself, but we haven't lost anybody yet. And I'm hoping to keep it that way. Come on, guys, he has no life. None whatsoever. He just one more hit, and he'd be dead. Okay, maybe not one more hit, because you just shot him, and he still didn't die. There we go. Nice. Okay, guys, now you can take on the dragon. He is your reward. Kill him. Kill him. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, yes. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. We got the third portal piece. 1 mithril, 3 stone. What do we got? Green crystal, purple crystal, and 2 pieces of actual stone. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Plus, a lot of resources over here. That's a lot of mithril and the crystals that we need anyways. So, I'll definitely take that. And we got another statue, which means we'll find more gold coins. And it does seem like I'm finding them more often. At least it feels like it to me. Maybe you guys can let me know if it looks to you as if they're actually dropping, because I haven't really been paying that close attention to it. But when I think back, it just seems like there's more gold coins on the ground. Come on, guys. What are you waiting for? It's like the only guy attacking is this archer over here on the right side. The rest of them were just kind of running back and forth to make it look like it was a hectic fight. They weren't actually doing anything. Jeez, they can all get up here and fire one barrage. There we go. Look how much life that knocked off, which is 4 guys firing their weapon. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Do it. Do it. There we go. Ooh, what did it drop? Steel? Yeah, it's a steel breastplate. Those dragons, I tell you, every single time, guys, they drop some of the greatest stuff in the game, or they drop, you know, utter crap. But it's completely random. But from my experience, they drop the good stuff. It's definitely worth getting. So we're going to go ahead and remove those coins. We're going to start working on this, because this is going to be, you know, we're coming at it from the bottom. So what I'm going to do is come up here from the top and allow my guys to, you know, tackle this a little bit better without having to worry about using scaffolding the whole time. Oh, that's right. There's no portal for you guys to go back. Here you go. You guys can all head back together. No, don't drop the stuff. Jeez, guys. Why did I tell you to attack? Why did I do it? I knew you were gonna... Oh, my God. Jeez. Again, they're gonna have to go back and pick up that stuff. And why won't they put lights down over here? They should be able to walk right over here. Oh, there's another one. Oh, here we go. Holy crap. That's pretty close to where the other one is. What do you think? Should we do a 2-for-1? Should we do 2 on this episode? I think we might. I think we might do that. We do need to go up there and get that water as well, because I do want to make more potions before that next fight. So let them gather these resources over here if they will pick it up. I'm hoping they pick this thing up. I wanted that little Buddha dude to go back there and get the gold and the extra... You know, I haven't even looked at that in a while to see what is my morale over here. I'm guessing it's pretty high because they slept really, really quickly. Oh, this guy's been running back? Probably for like 20, 30 minutes. That's a long way to go back. It's like the worst designing tunnels ever. Let's see, what am I at right now? 63%. And that's because I have 3 of them. And almost nothing else. Like nothing else in my house other than these vases or vases really do anything for me. You know, these couches, or not the couches, but the beds are all pretty bad. These gray ones, these red ones are pretty nice. But I think there's one more step above them that has better, you know, comfort for your living condition. I haven't even built those yet, so yeah, we definitely need to step it up and come in here and just upgrade the furniture at some point to the good stuff. Now, I don't think I've ever really maintained 100% on the morale for too long. I've gotten it there, but it seems like after a fight, after everybody's damaged, everybody's hurt, that you know, they really drop down in their comfort rating, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I want to get it to where they're not just 100%, but they're like more than 100%, so they don't even drop down when the next fight happens. So I think we can do it if we upgrade all the equipment we have, all the furniture, and then build a lot more of it. Because it really does take a lot, guys. The more the dwarves you have, the more it's going to take for you to make them happy. So it's one of those double-edged swords where you want a lot of them so they can do the jobs quickly, but the more of them you have, the bigger the job you got to do, and it's a domino effect where you just almost can never quite keep up with it. But when you get to the 12 or 13th dwarf, you'll see that you're really not getting any more dwarves anytime soon. So definitely something you can... Now, we can make more bars, I think, can we? No, because we're out of coal. How much mithril do we have? We had 37 pieces of mithril. So as soon as they're done with this section right here and we go up there and get that water, I'm going to have my guys come down here and get more coal. Because it's everywhere. There's a lot of it. And, you know, we need it for the armor and the potions that we need up there on the top for the water. And I want to get all of that before we fight this next guy, just to see if we do better. Now, we didn't lose anybody in this fight, but we didn't exactly kick his butt as much as I want to see us do. And so I know there's going to be 5 of these guys, so I do want to save at least one of them till my guys are completely decked out. So he may just kind of be the last guy we fight. I may go off looking in other directions to see if we can find any more of him. And that will give us the time to slow it down and get the resources we need to actually fight. Because you can see this guy right here, he's still wearing leather and a little bit of chitin armor. I mean, that's right next to somebody who's wearing mithril. You know, that has to be an insult. Like, you're not quite worth what this guy is over here. And, you know, I don't really look at him that way. I just look at it as... my portal is down yet again. I just look at it as I just don't have enough resources. And he's the front runner. He's the guy who goes up there and takes that giant sword to the face. And that giant sword can nearly kill you in one hit. Depending on the equipment that you're wearing, it can do about, you know, 1.5 hearts to nearly your entire life if you're not wearing, you know, basically anything at all. So that's pretty rough. That's, you know, just not doable in most situations until you get to a certain point in the game and you just have the equipment to do it. But it's great to see because you had to work your way up there. I remember the very first time I found one of these guardians, I had no clue what they were or what they were, you know, how hard they were. I just like, oh, a new mob, right? Because they give you one every so often, and it's like, oh, it's you know, slightly harder than the last guy, or it does range where the other ones, you know, were all right there in front of you, hitting you with an axe or something. So I didn't expect it to be as hard as it was. So I went in there with all my dwarves, and I think I lost like 2 in the first hit because this thing is an area effect weapon. So when I had like 3 guys sitting here, it would hit all 3 at the same time, and it would just annihilate me because all I had was like wooden clubs and stuff, and I was doing no damage to it. But I was so determined to kill him that I came back like with like 5 waves of my dwarves. Each time he would annihilate nearly all my dwarves but like 1 or 2, and then I would recoup and then go back and do it all over again because I just wanted to kick his butt. You know, like after all the pain he put me through, I had to kick his butt. And eventually we did it. Eventually we won, but I learned my lesson from then on. Holy crap, there's more mithril down here. Yeah, we'll come back down here. You guys are gonna... You're gonna force me to put another portal like that. Jeez. Okay, well, while you're down there doing that with the portal, I'm not gonna let that go to waste. I'm gonna go ahead and get this, and I'm gonna send another portal up there to get the water because that's not gonna take a lot of people. And at some point, I would love to see the minions be able to gather this water. I know I've mentioned that in the past, but the more I play the game, the more I realize that water duty is more of a chore than anything else. It's almost like cutting down trees, but trees I can understand because it's just too heavy. But minions, the little guardian dudes, the little, what are they called actually? Let's go in there and see what they are actually called on that one. Let's see, where's the spell? Looks like a little, there you go, imps. So it summons the imps for you. You know, they should be able to harvest that water for you if you have the right stuff. And, you know, it'd be a cool little aspect to, instead of, like, making it where you can... Well, I still like it if you can make the stuff for the dwarves, you know, as far as the underwater mask and the buckets and stuff like that. But it'd be cool if you could make that same thing or an item that does the same thing for your imps. And basically outfit your imps in the way that you outfit your dwarves. So it'd be an extra little thing you had to go that extra mile to get. But once you did, and you used the power... then you got that extra little boost. So it wouldn't be something that you would just do. It'd be something that you earned, and then you still had to pay for later on at every step of the way. So I think that would make it where it wasn't, you know, as bad as like a little cheat or something like that. It would just be a new function in the game. And I think it would actually pay off. I think at these levels where you have the resources to spare and you just want your imps to be able to do some of the grunt work for you. Because there's a snow level where it just snows all the time, and it's fantastic. I love it. But because it's snowing all the time, the top surface just gets covered in snow. And if you want to keep it clean so that trees can grow, you have to go over there and just constantly pick up the snow, and it just takes you away from doing the stuff you want to do. So at some point, it'd be nice to have it where your minions could do that, and then your guys could concentrate on like the important stuff. So we got some coal over here. Let's come over here and grab this. I do like the resources over here. The cobwebs, the spiders. We're gonna kill that guy. Grab this and these mushrooms. This is gonna be nice. This is a nice little haul down here. And I don't think we're going to need too much scaffolding either. So that's going to work out for us. Let's do a little bit right there. We'll go ahead and keep coming down here. Yeah, this is going to be nice because now we have the water. So now we can make the potions. And I'm going to need these mushrooms to help replenish what I already have. Now, if you wait until you need them, absolutely need them, to actually go off and get them, you're going to regret it because you don't always find these things. They don't spawn very often. When they do spawn, they're kind of random which one you're going to get. And they're all used for something. So you do need all of them. It's just you're not going to want all of them in the same quantity as some of the other ones. Like the little pink ones I know are the power potions, and they're pretty rough. They're pretty hard to find sometimes. These, where are they? That's the health potion. Here's the power potion. These ones right here, these gray mushrooms. These are the ones that they're not pink actually, they're gray. Actually, they look a little greenish blue to me. I don't know why they call them gray, but these are the hard ones to get from me because I love my power potions so much. But on this level, I think I'm going to go more with the health potions because it seems to save my dwarves' lives so much, and then just do a few in the power potions because I do need that extra little boost sometimes when we're fighting one of these guys. And it'd be nice to be able to throw down a portal over here right now. I just don't have the power to do it. So yeah, I have to wait for that to recuperate. I've seen some people play through this game and they never use their portals. I don't really get that. I don't understand if they're doing it because they think it's a cheat or because they think the game is hard enough on its own, or not hard enough and they're trying to make it harder on themselves. Not quite sure what the thinking behind it is, but I like the portals. I like that ability to move around very quickly, but at the same time cost me power that I don't get back fast enough. So I'm actually forced to make those decisions. Do I need the power at this moment, or don't I? And it's just it's an uphill battle all the time with me to decide, no, maybe I should hold off, because a lot of the time I don't. I just do it anyways and run out and then be like, no, and then have to fix it somewhere down the road. So yeah, I got to work on that. I got to work on that self-control when it comes to the portals. The same thing with the scaffolding. I used to go nuts with that and just have so much of it, because it does make your life a lot easier. You know, when you're doing this, when you're digging, you got to be a little bit of a control freak when you're going through and, you know, telling your dwarves where to go, because if you're not, if you just tell them to dig a giant area, they're not going to dig it the best way possible, and they're going to come down one side and then go back and try to get the other side, and it's going to be way above them and they're not going to be able to get that. Whereas if you were just sitting there watching them, you can get one row, the next row, the next row, and the next row. And so you can come in here and tell them to dig that entire area, not watch them, and then when they mess up, because you know they're going to, just run in there and throw down a whole bunch of scaffolding. So it gives you that leeway of having that ability, but otherwise it's not something you can do very well. Now we're going to come up here as well, like I said before, and we're going to replace this. We're going to, let's see, remove iron hatch. Yeah, we're going to remove iron hatch. Man, I don't know if this is a good idea. This might be horrible, but we're going to do it. We're going to try it out. Let's see where my iron hatches are. They on the last page? Iron hatch, there we go. And we will replace that one because we don't need that anymore. I can just see it now. I can just see this entire area laying in ruins on the next level because none of them were able to attack. Because if my minions have to do all the work, I think it's just doom. I think most of my guys won't die. I think they'll run away. But this entire area will be destroyed because of it. Because these things they're not going to be able to handle that onslaught at all. And so what I may end up doing is, if this kind of messes the thing up and they won't fire, I may end up just sacrificing them and actually destroying them myself, rather than letting the enemy do it. That way, at the very least, these things will still be able to fire the 3 of them, and I'll just lose out on these 2 rather than losing out on all of them. But I'm hoping not to have to cross that bridge. Yeah, like I'm hoping that's not a thing. I may be overthinking it, and I probably am, but that's just not the route I want to go. So let's see, are you guys still chopping stuff down over here? They're still getting a little bit more coal. While they're doing that, we might as well tell them to... Actually, they haven't chopped any of the coal down. What are they waiting for? They've gotten every other block I've told them to chop, but the coal. Like the coal is their least favorite job. They're like, we're not in a rush to do that one. We'll wait. Let's come over here and we'll grab this as well, because we need a lot of it. We not only need to make the mithril, but we also need to make gold if we want to do more of the Tesla towers and more of some of the other items that we're kind of been waiting to do. Let's see, have they made any of the potions yet? I don't think they have. This place has gone unused so far. Let's see, what about over here? Now I think I have another one of these little golden statues. We do have another totem, so maybe I'll go ahead and throw this down as well. Let's see, where am I going to put that? Let's put it right there. Let's see, our golden statue. Yep, we do have another golden statue, so we're going to throw that down as well. Let's throw it down right there. And we'll put it down. Where are we going to put this? It's going to make whatever side uneven, but we'll put it over here on this side. And if we get another one of these things, we'll just expand on this side and put it down right here, because that actually wouldn't look too bad. So let's put this down. Gonna give it a nice little look over here. You guys are still going to town over here. And we never broke this area in because I just didn't have the guys to be able to handle that at the very beginning of the game, but we should. We should just break that open and kill this guy. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's kill this guy as soon as possible, because we do want to get that extra experience. We're pretty close to our next level dwarf, or the next dwarf that we get at the next level, I should say. And I'm just chomping at the bit to get that guy, because there's a lot of work to be done and not enough guys to go around doing it. Like, this stuff up here is still waiting to get done, and you know, we only have 3 power. Like, that's all we have, 3 mana left. So not enough to really do anything of consequence. We have a little bit more water up here, so it's rained in the last few minutes here. I might actually end up putting another block right here, just in case it rains over here. We can catch what's in here. Let's see, what about over here? That water is gone now? Really? Evaporated? Well, that sucks. There's water up here. We need to come up there and get that as well. Who's low on health? Oh, really? They came in here to fight it and they weren't able to do it? Wow, that is very disconcerting. I thought you guys would be able to handle that easy. Don't die now. Do not die. Don't fight on a ladder. Nobody wants you to fight on a ladder. Here we go. Holy crap, this guy's walking from really far down. He's going to drop that mithril guaranteed when he gets attacked, and he's going to go all the way down this mine shaft, and somebody's going to have to go back down there and get it. So let's see, is he going to do it? No, he's going to bypass it. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's fantastic, man. That is awesome. No, no, he dropped a crystal. He did drop the mithril here. He kind of just tossed it off to the side. I got to hand it to him on that one, but he did drop these crystals down here, and somebody will have to come down there and get that anyways. So, are you gonna do it? Come on, guy. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. You can do it. You can do it. No, no. What? Why? Put your back to the wall, and rather than the floor having a hole in it. Why would you do that? At least my mages are able to hit this guy. There you go. And we got another gold coin out of that. So yeah, the gold coins do seem like they're dropping a little more often. Okay, guys, you're killing me. These portals, I need to put more portals down. Or elevators. I need to do the elevators, because if this is what it's gonna be like without my portals, then dang, man, this is gonna be slow waiting for my guys to get everywhere on foot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put minecarts and everything down. Maybe I should do a playthrough of that where I don't ever use any portals and see what that's like, because that would be a completely different experience for me. I don't think I've ever played it like that before. Let's see, we also need to make a few more traps, which we may not be able to do because I don't think I have any wood to be on. Oh, we got a little bit. Not too much, but we do got a little bit. So let's go ahead and put that down. Just so when they jump up here. We can't put them down on here, can we, huh? That's alright. We'll put them down over here on this side. This seems to be the weakest side for the Tesla towers. The right-hand side didn't get hit nearly as hard on the last wave, which is weird because that was the side we got hit the hardest on the very first time. So maybe they changed it up. Maybe it's just random. I'm not sure on that one, but definitely need to protect yourself from all sides if you want to have any hope of surviving these things. So we've got some people sleeping. Where do those people go? Why are they all the way down there? What were they getting? Because the stuff I wanted them to get was way over here, but they went really far down. It's like they were trying to get something that was left down there from the dragon, maybe, when we killed those guardians. But that's where they were headed, and they just kept going. They just kept going. Holy crap! There's a lot of coal over here. Yep, we're gonna chop all that down. We need it. I mean, you know, I've said it a number of times where if you wait till the moment you need something, you're gonna have to go out of your way to find it, and it's just it's gonna slow you down quite a bit. And I should have taken my own advice. I should have kept getting some of this coal, but I had got so much of it for so long that I just got in the habit of bypassing it, and now I'm kind of paying for it. Like, I could have gotten most of that stuff while I was here, and it would have taken me, you know, a very, very short time, considering I was already there. Now I'm having to go back and get it all over again. Carpenter's book. Okay, so we got that. About over here. Can we make a few of them while we wait? Maybe? Maybe? 4. There we go. What about gold? Do we have... No, we still don't have any gold. This might give us the opportunity to find some of that. At the very least, if we can find a few pieces or a few veins of gold, I'd make this whole excursion worth it. You know, I won't feel, you know, too bad about coming out here. Put a few more beers down. Yeah, there we go. Nice frosty beers, maybe? Probably not. I mean, they're not going to be hot because you are underground. Things are a little cooler, and that's where they're stored. But probably not, you know, ice cold, because we're not playing on the ice level anymore. So they're not going to be chilled like that. Let's see. What are you guys doing? So I have a few people still sleeping, I guess from that last fight, but who knows at this point. Let's see, are you guys still not putting down any torches? You know, like, that's the last thing they will do. It's the lowest thing on their priority list, which is crazy, but at the same time, I completely understand, and, you know, for the most part, would be completely fine with them keeping it that way. Because I don't really need the light. Like, it's nice to have, but it's not completely necessary. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll complain about it a little bit here and there, but overall, yeah, you don't need to fix it. Yeah, you're fine the way it is. Let's see if we can grab some of this. You know, and I talk about them, like, fixing it like they're even listening, because I doubt they are, but you never know. I mean, who knows? There could be somebody out there who's a programmer playing this, you know, video, and they're like, oh, well, that's actually a pretty good idea. We might try that. And you're more than welcome to use them. I hope you do, because I make the game more enjoyable for me and maybe more enjoyable for everybody else. And so I couldn't fault you for trying, at least, you know. And that's what I love about game manufacturers these days, is they're all willing to take a risk on something they believe in. At least from what I've seen. You know, you can't really generalize and say they're all willing to do it, but from what I've seen, they seem to be a lot more willing than most other industries. Movie industries kind of got lax with the stories they produce. They're all pretty much, you know, the same thing over and over and over again. But video games, yeah, you'll have the top tier ones that seem to resemble the last one, the one before it, and the one before it with just slightly better graphics. But then you have all these indie ones coming out, these independent ones by people who are just making games because they love playing games. And they produce some really just strange but wonderful games. Things that you probably never would have thought you would have enjoyed playing. And yet when you finally do, it's addicting. You know, like, you've been playing it for hours and you're like, it's just weird. But, you know, you want to keep playing more and more of it. You guys are finally coming up here to do this one. And when they do, I still have to put the towers down. So we're a little ways away, but we got 17 minutes until the next wave. So we're set on that one. We don't have to worry too much. Let's see. Okay, now you got that down. Yeah, it's going to let me do it. It's going to let me put it there. Now, whether it can fire underneath, I'm hoping. Here's the hoping, guys. And I think what we're going to do is end the episode here. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit that, you know, comment tab. Let me know what you want to see in the future. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.